So we're here today to talk about the podcast that we recorded on Monday. What we talked about was mostly the legal requirements, the things that it takes to record a podcast, the equipment you need.
And software as well.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for. I completely forgot about software. Thanks for reminding me. Now, I won't run back through it because we've got everything on the podcast, but we're making the video to pretty much give you an insight on how we wrote and how we found out all the elements of a podcast, and to give you an insight on an easier view of how to do the podcast. Now, we talked about mostly what you need to record, what you need to edit and stuff like that from your computer, everything that you need to do the podcast. But what we want to kind of do now is run you through what we did to get to the stage where we recorded the podcast. Now, me and Craig was sat for a good few hours inside Rob's room researching on the internet what makes a good podcast. Now, Craig found a couple pages and I found pretty much nothing because Craig did most of the work, but I'll be honest with that. But most of the writing, I just wrote it down while Craig was reading it out. But during all this, it was like a build-up. You need to research before you can think about walking into the room and just speaking in the podcast. You need to take something. The podcast has
to be pre-planned.
Thank you.
It can't be freestyle, basically.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
You need to have a script. You need to have all the elements and everything ready before you're ready to record. Now, me and Craig wrote the script. We tried to make it as natural as we could. The first couple times, we had a little problem with how it was spoken, how it felt. It felt more cheesy rather than natural. But the second time, well, it took us a few takes. As you'll see on the end of this recording, we'll add some of the clips, little sound clips, just to show you some of the mess-ups that we've done. And then we might just put the end of the real one on. I'm not sure yet, but we'll try. We needed the script to know what we were saying, because if we'd have gone in there without any script, without any preparation, we would have stood there like morons. But when we had recorded the podcast a couple of times, it became more natural to do, and it is a difficult job to get everything right, to get all the editing right, to get the levels right and such. But it's something that if you work on, it will end up becoming much more easier in the future. Have you got anything you want to say about this?
Not really, just it's what we did, and it's a good idea to do for everyone, is to time yourself speaking first, doing the script, giving it a good run through, see how long it takes overall. Also, like Connor said, try and have conversations in between to make it a bit more free-flowing and a bit more natural.
Oh yeah, the Asda conversation was a bit of a good one. I quite like
indeed.
that. Right, this is our vodcast, and we hope you enjoy both video and podcast. Thank you.